Hi, my name's Emma, and I'm a huge book nerd.
You're my library, always open for business, but you never show it. You're just sitting with it, but I know the score, and you're killing it.
Today I'm gonna go through all the books that I read in November, so let's just get straight into it. This month I read a total of 7 books and 1,882 pages, which I think is a pretty decent number if I do say so myself. So the first book that I read in the month of November was Dark Matter by Blake Crouch. And I actually read this because I'm going to use it in a paper for my class about like science and art and how they come together. This book was really good. I gave it 5 stars. I sped through it. I really enjoyed it. Basically, it's about a man who gets kidnapped and he wakes up strapped to a table in a lab somewhere, and he doesn't know why he's there, and everyone there seems to know who he is, and he's very confused. And it is a really great book if you're into like Schrodinger's cat thought experiment and quantum mechanics, then like this might be really interesting. But yeah, I thought it was a great, really fun read, and I highly recommend this if you haven't picked it up yet. Next is Uncommon Type by Tom Hanks, and I ended up giving this book 4.5 stars. I really liked this. I was very pleasantly surprised. I kind of thought it was going to be like mediocre short stories, but I was gonna love it because it was Tom Hanks, you know? But these were actually really amazing short stories. They're all very cathartic and like old-fashioned, and really they look on like the positive side of things. So of course there's like drama because you can't have a story without some sort of conflict, but it's all like positive and most of it's pretty like feel good. Every story sort of centers around a typewriter because Tom Hanks collects typewriters, which is really cool. Also this cover, beautiful. Each story is pretty different and like unique, and I really enjoyed it, and I'm really glad that I went ahead and picked this up. Next, I read The Physicist by Friedrich Dürrenmatt. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly, but I read this book for my Science on Stage class. Basically, it's about 3 physicists who are in an insane asylum, and it like plays with like madness and reality, and like just because we know we can do something, does that mean we really should do something? It deals a lot with like the atomic bombs, like that kind of thing. But I thought this was pretty good. I wasn't like absolutely blown away by it. I gave it 3 stars, but it's definitely a really interesting play, and I'm glad that I had to read it for my class. Next, I listened to the audiobook of Murder on the Orient Express by Agatha Christie, and yes, I did also see the movie, and it was wonderful. I really loved it. If you've seen the movie and you have thoughts, I would love if you'd leave those down in the comments and we can kind of chat about it, because I thought it was really good. I even like cried a little bit, which truly I was shocked by because the book does not make you cry. I listened to this with my family on the way to our Thanksgiving dinner, and I ended up giving it 3 stars. Like, it's good. It's a really good Agatha Christie. But yeah, I'm just sort of feeling meh about her books right now. Maybe I feel like Agatha Christie is more something I have to be in the mood for to really enjoy. So yeah, but if you like Agatha Christie, then Murder on the Orient Express is definitely one of her best books. Next, I finally read A Man Called Ove by Friedrich Bachmann. Is it Frederick or Friedrich? I feel like it's Friedrich, but everyone says Frederick. I don't know. Anyway, I really liked this book. I talked a lot about how I thought it might be like The Unlikely Pilgrimage of Harold Fry, and it's sort of a little bit like that, but not really, and I cried a lot more with The Unlikely Pilgrimage than I did with this. This is like funnier. It's weird to explain because it's like both dark and funny at the same time. It's like a dark comedy, but I really enjoyed this. Of course, Ove is beautiful, hilarious, grumpy old man. I ended up giving this book 4.5 stars. Also, I thought it was really great, and I definitely recommend it. If it's on your TBR and you haven't picked it up yet, get to it. It's really great. Next is another play that I read for class, and that's The Rover by Afra Ben. And basically, Afra Ben is the first female playwright, so like that's pretty cool in and of itself. It's a bit of a problematic play because the time period it was written in was, you think there's rape culture now, like rape culture then was like, whoa. So it's a bit problematic to do today, but Afra Ben puts like a feminist twist on it and kind of like points out how awful it is that these men are so rapey and gross. But yeah, it was really interesting to read, especially with like everything that's going on right now in politics. It felt very scarily relevant, unfortunately. And if you have not read The Rover, and you're a theater person, you for sure should read it at least once in your life. It's a must. And the last book I read in November, I really only half read in November because I started it in October, and that is Station 11 by Emily St. John Mandel. And my book club finished this month, and we had a great chat about it. It's still a 5-star book. I still love it so much. And if you haven't read it yet, you definitely should, because this is a beautiful book. It's basically about a traveling symphony and Shakespeare group who travels around spreading theater after the apocalypse. That's all I'm gonna tell you, because it's really great. So beautiful. So those are all the books that I read in November. If you've read any of these books, let me know down in the comments. I'd love to hear what you thought about them. And thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe and leave comments down below and all that jazz. Bye!